OMG, it is September. I can't even believe it. It kind of just hit me yesterday as September 1st that it is 1 month until Halloween month, which is October, my favorite month of the year, and I realized I can start posting Halloween tutorials. I filmed my first one today and asked you guys on Twitter if it was too soon to post, being, well, today's September 2nd, you'll see this later, but being early September, if it was too early, and everybody said no, Halloween is every day, it's never too early for Halloween, so I'm posting it early so you guys can get prepared. Basically, what I wanted to do is make an easy tutorial for you guys, so to show that you don't need like special effects professional makeup to make awesome bruises and cuts and things like that. You can just use what you have in your own makeup collection, or if you don't have these things, they're really easily accessible at the drugstore. You don't have to order them online or anything. You can find them anywhere, and they're just things that you probably already have. 3 things that I'm going to show you today are bruises, how to make realistic looking bruises, 2D cuts, meaning just flat but make it look kind of realistic until you get up close, and then 3 are 3D cuts, and that is, you know, making it look like skin, like your skin has been ripped open. I am getting professional special effects makeup and things like that this year. It'll be the first year that I have it. So look forward to tutorials using professional kind of special effects makeup. I've never done it before, so this will kind of be an experimental year for me. I have some awesome tutorials coming up for you guys though, and I'm really excited to film them, but I wanted to start with something simple, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is a realistic looking bruise. Now the things you're going to need are a creamy black eyeliner, a purpley lipstick that's matte, a few blending brushes, and a palette that has a black eyeshadow, red eyeshadow, an optional dark blue shadow I didn't end up using, a lime green, and a yellow. I also use this Coastal Scents palette to take this reddy purple. The first thing you're going to do is outline the shape of the bruise that you want using the creamy black eye pencil. Remember, it's not going to be in a perfect circle, and then you want to blend it out with your finger. I used a tapping motion instead of a smudging motion. Next, I took the purpley lipstick. Here I'm using Rimmel London's Kate Moss lipstick in 04. Tapped that on a few times and blended it out with the same finger. You actually want the colors to be uneven because the bruise isn't perfect and it's not perfectly shaded all over. Next, I'm going in with a red-based purple eyeshadow on a pencil brush and just kind of sporadically placing this in the center of the bruise. Next, I went in with a little bit more black to darken up the bruise. I'm going in with a little bit of red eyeshadow. You want to use this sparingly in just a few parts and blend it out with your finger. Next, I'm taking the lime green color and adding this towards the edges of the bruise to make it look like it's healing. Next, I'm mixing the yellow and the lime green to add even more of a gross yellow color around the edges. The key to making a realistic bruise is to keep adding and blending as you see fit until you like the way it looks. It should not be perfect, and here you're left with a realistic looking bruise. Next, I'm going to show you how to make an easy 2-dimensional cut. So what you're going to need are a creamy black eye pencil again, a red eyeshadow and a black eyeshadow, and I used Aquaphor, but you can also use Vaseline. The first thing you're going to do is take the black eye pencil and use this to map out where you want the cut to be and how long you want it to be. Next, I took an angled eyeliner brush to smudge that out, make it a little bit softer, and also make sure to feather the edges to make it look more realistic. Then I went in with a black eyeshadow and went over that, and now I'm going in with a red eyeshadow and going over that. It does take a while to build up the color, but keep adding and blending until you like how it looks. You can also use a fluffy brush, as I'm doing here, to make sure it looks super angry, as I like to call it, and really inflamed around the edges. Make sure that you keep the center middle part dark and keep adding black to it to make sure that it stays very dark. Next, you're going to take the Aquaphor on an angled eyeliner brush and use this to fill in just the middle part of the cut to make it look realistic, like it was a fresh wound. And that is how to achieve a two-dimensional looking cut. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a three-dimensional realistic looking cut. So what you're going to need are creamy black eyeliner once again, duo lash adhesive, a concealer or foundation that matches your skin, 1 square of toilet paper and a pair of tweezers, and a red and black eyeshadow. The first thing you're going to do is map out where you want the cut to be using the creamy black eye pencil. This is optional. And then you're going to add a thin strip of the lash adhesive. Now this is basically liquid latex, which is why it acts like special effects makeup. You're going to take your toilet paper and rip it in half to make it 1 ply, and take that and rip a section off, and take that and rip a little strip off. You don't have to do it in that order, I don't know why I did. Just make a little strip. And you're going to add that on top of the lash glue. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is kind of hard to work with when the glue is wet, but as it dries, it's easier to manipulate and you can fix it as you go along. Then you add a second layer of lash adhesive, make it a little bit thinner and a little less glue. Take another strip of toilet paper and add that on top. I did 3 strips total for 3 layers of it to make it look more realistic, but the more you add, it may look more unrealistic. Then I took the edge of the tweezers to flatten out the edges because you don't want any of those sticking up, because that'll make it look more unrealistic. And now you let it dry. Once it's dry, you're going to take the tweezers and start picking at it to create a little hollow groove in the center to make it look like your skin has been ripped open. To take your concealer or foundation and paint the skinny edge of a foundation or cosmetic sponge and use that to pat in over the top of the white. It doesn't have to match your skin perfectly, you just want to get rid of the white appearance of the toilet paper. Next, you're going to use an eyeliner on an angled brush to fill in the middle part. You can just go in with eyeshadow if you want, this part's optional. Then I went in with a black eyeshadow on top of that to set it to make the middle part look extra dark. Next, I started to add the red. Now this is kind of a lengthy process to build up the color to what you want. Just keep adding black and red, mixing it together to create a realistic looking red color, because you don't want it to be too bright red and you don't want it to look too black either. Next, you're going to go in with a fluffier brush and mix the black and red together to blend around the outside to make it look more inflamed around the edges. Then you're going to use the Vaseline or Aquaphor again on an angled eyeliner brush and contour the center part of the wound using this to make it look fresh. Now you have a 3D realistic looking cut. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me use my makeup, what I had in my collection to create bruises and cuts, and